Excellencies, dear colleagues and champions of our shared cosmic future, let me begin by a simple truth. Every phone call you made here today, every GPS route that guided your journey, and every weather forecast that helped you pack, all of it depended on space. But then I'm also speaking to the converted. We know that space is not the final frontier, it is the foundation of our present. Without satellites orbiting overhead right now, global food systems would collapse within weeks. Emergency responders would lose their lifelines. Climate scientists would be flying blind, and our hopes of achieving the Sustainable Development Goals would be out of reach. And that is why your work matters. That is why the work of this committee, COPUOS, is not just important, but urgent. For over 6 decades, through shifting geopolitics and changing priorities, this committee has consistently delivered 5 space treaties, space sustainability guidelines, and the Space 2030 agenda. You don't just talk about space governance, you create it. But today we need to shift our focus to scale. The United Nations has identified 6 critical areas for SDG acceleration: food systems, energy transitions, digital connectivity, education and skills, environmental action, and jobs and social protection. Every single one depends on space technologies. This is the paradox when you consider that less than half of the UN member states have a satellite in orbit, yet all 8 billion people on Earth benefit from space services daily. Through your work and through UNOOSA, we can close this divide, not by putting a satellite in every nation's hands, but by ensuring that the benefits of space technologies reach every community on our planet. Excellencies, I'm just coming from the 4th International Conference on Financing for Development in Sevilla, where the message was crystal clear. In an era of constrained investment, we must align capital with high-impact solutions, and space is one of them. But impact happens at every level, and I would like to share what I've seen. At the local level, UNOOSA's programs are building the next generation of inclusive space leaders. They're ensuring equal access for youth and for women in developing countries, where small investments create enormous returns and change. Through these programs, we're enabling the next Carmen Shedes and the next Kito Iju. At the national level, UNOOSA helps countries build their space capabilities from the ground up. Through space law workshops and direct support for emerging programs, nations develop the expertise they need to harness space for their own development priorities. UN Spider shows what this looks like in practice. In Tonga, Tobago, and Ghana, satellite data has been used to create detailed digital models of entire cities. When disaster strikes, these virtual twins allow government to see exactly where help is needed most, deploy resources much faster, and ultimately save more lives. Through innovative partnerships, UNOOSA has helped Kenya, Guatemala, Moldova, and Mauritius launch their first satellites. Each event was a catalyst for new space agencies developing robust legislation and promoting gender equality in the space sector. Finally, at the international level, as reinforced by the Pact for the Future, we must work together to ensure that COPUOS delivers the governance our rapidly evolving space environment demands of us. Excellencies, here's what's happening right now. Low orbit satellites are multiplying exponentially. Humanity is preparing to return to the moon. We're exploring beyond like never before, and your work has never been more vital and urgent. We stand at the threshold of potentially historic decision, Unispace 4 in 2027. This isn't just another conference. This could be the milestone that shapes the next 60 years of global space governance. And so I encourage us all to aim high and then aim even higher. The pressing space issues before us, traffic, debris, resources, each present both risk and opportunity for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. Each requires the kind of multilateral cooperation that this committee has proven it can deliver. We need a strong UNOOSA and a strong COPUOS to lead us into Unispace 4 and beyond. But strength isn't about institutions. It's about people within them. and the systems that we run. As a practical step, I encourage us all to champion the implementation of the UNOOSA Gender Mainstreaming Toolkit for the space sector that was launched last year. Because when we leave talent on the sidelines, we will all lose. Let me leave you with one final message. The view from space shows no countries, no borders, only one shared planet, our common home. Let that perspective guide you as you build the governance frameworks for space exploration and use. And let's ensure that outer space remains safe and sustainable for everyone. Let us make space a catalyst for achieving our 2030 goals, 5 years to go, and let us build governance frameworks that serve not just us, but generations to come. Thank you.